I'm stepping on the scene like I never did.
Well, it may be a bit soggy, but that certainly hasn't deterred this fan base. A great crowd on hand to battle the raindrops at Nissan Stadium in Nashville. Today, we've got a Week 8 matchup on tap here between the Denver Broncos and the Tennessee Titans. Lurching closer toward the midway point of this NFL season, and we're underway on EA Sports. And a short kick taken at about the 16. And he'll be out of bounds across the 25.
Ready? Hey, check that, street.
They'll start out here with a jet sweep. And he takes us up to the 40-yard line before being corralled. That's a pickup of 11 and a first down on their first offensive play.
I think the reason this play is so successful is not just the blocking at the point of attack, but how about the speed at which he takes the handoff? He's in motion already, so he's not coming from a flat start like a running back often is. He's at a full run by the time he gets the football.
Here's a Tennessee native from just outside of Memphis, Kenneth Walker III. Yeah, boy, it is tough to bring him down that time. He surges forward. He's going to get a full 6 out of that. Second down. He was well over 100 yards last week. He told us this week, a little ambitious, said he wants to hit that 200 mark. We'll see.
Makes sense, though, doesn't it? Have we ever run into a running back that had a great game the week before that didn't think that's just going to naturally continue? Just make sure you feed me the football. And that's what they're all about. Continuity, rhythm, number of carries. Just keep giving it to him.
Meanwhile, Willis' throw pulled in by Lamb. And he gets us to the other side of midfield across the 45 before going out. A 10-yard pickup, and it's enough for a Broncos first down.
I think that's a big pickup for a first down because when you run a drag route against zone, you're sometimes asking for trouble because you might run into a defender.
Yeah, well, there they ran into a first down. Executed it to perfection. So operating from Tennessee territory now. Here's first and 10 at the 44-yard line. And he's got room. The 20. And he is into the end zone for a Denver touchdown. On paper coming in, you'd say that these guys are the better team by far, and they sort of showed their superiority there on the opening drive.
Yeah, they came in the heavy favorite in this game, and even though they're on the road, they just wiped it away, didn't they? They just said to everyone, we're the better team. We just showed it to you on this opening drive, and we expect to do it all game long.
Well, here comes a return from the middle of the end zone. And only able to get this to the 19, so probably should have opted for the touchback. They'll start on the ground. It's Derrick Henry. They find some open field here. And he's tackled at the 38, but they doubled their yardage. They started at the 19, and they gained 19.
A good run there off right tackle in old school NFL football. The right side of the offensive line, often known as the nasty side. The left side, usually the technical side. Kind of reminds me of the old Atlanta Falcons 2009, 2010. That's how they constructed their offensive line.
Throwing on first down, but this one winds up to be incomplete. The Titans at 0-7, winless to start the year, and they come in wondering what on earth is going on here.
And, Brandon, I reflect back to one time we had one of those deep philosophical talks about getting up every day and going to work and the whole deal. Can you imagine what it's like for this team? Every morning they wake up. They haven't won a game yet. How do they figure their way out of this one? How do they play well enough to get at least one win before this season is over?
They keep it with Henry on first down. Taken down at the 47-yard line. This defense for the Broncos, they played really well in the win over the Raiders a week ago.
And one of the key things you always look for when you're evaluating a defense is how opportunistic are they? How many takeaways do they get per game? And how about last week's game? That number, 6. Absolutely phenomenal performance. They were on top of their game right from the first snap.
And this is caught by Watkins. And he will score. Touchdown, Titans. Quez Watkins, his 5th touchdown now on the year. And the Titans are able to match the opening drive touchdown against them with one of their own. Always a concern, but the extra points have been given. And we are tied at 7. Each team's had it. Each team has scored. 7-7 here as the kick's away. Fields it right around the goal line. And a good return as he'll be stopped just shy. Yard line. The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive. The offense running out, and they are charged up, ready to go after reaching the end zone on their last drive.
And normally I'd warn against getting complacent just because they scored the last time out. But I don't think there's any worries with this group right now. This is a hungry group, and they want to keep building off of their last drive. Now they just want the officials to hurry up and place the ball so they can snap it and get back to work.
The last run got 6, now 2nd and 4. Now Willis to throw. It's grabbed over the middle by White. And they bring him to the ground just shy of midfield. His first catch, good for 14 there and a first down.
And that's a more than acceptable read right there because it's zone coverage, so timing is everything. This time he waits for his man to come open, puts it right on him, and they pick up a first down.
Walker now on 1st and 10. And some room to work. And all the way home for a Broncos score. Seeing some pretty good offense here in this first quarter.
It's been a wild start to this quarter, as you noted. And now with that lead that we're seeing, can they retaliate? I get the sense this one's going to go back and forth all game long.
And that probably won't be the last long touchdown that we see in this one. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. And no return on this one as the fair catch is signaled for and taken. The Titans offense set to begin the drive. And as the offense begins another drive here, pretty simple, Charles. They want to carbon copy what happened the last time out when they ended their drive in the end zone.
You're right about that, partner. Sounds pretty simple, doesn't it? Just score again, but we know it's not that simple because we don't just make adjustments at halftime if you're a good football team. You spend that time on the sideline, you study what's on the notes and the tablets, and you make those adjustments to prevent a repeat of the last drive. Series to series, the best teams, that's how they get it done.
And we'll find out here soon enough whether those adjustments are enough defensively. On 2nd down, here's Henry. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. 50 yards rushing for him as he's got the afternoon off to a great start. If you start assessing what went wrong last week, Charles, in their loss, had nothing to do with the ground game. They ran it well.
And you also have to say to yourself as a team, don't go away from what worked. That's not the reason the game was lost. Running the football over time, when you do it consistently, usually translates into wins.
And they're hoping to do it consistently here. Just a yard on the first down carry, so it's 2nd and 9. Not a whole lot there. The defense was ready, it looked, for that run-pass option.
You get the sense The next time he has that opportunity, he may keep it himself and get to the perimeter. Probably owes his back a little bit of an apology on that one, huh?
A second down pass play there, but it's incomplete.
It certainly didn't appear that that's where he wanted to go with the ball initially, so he tried to get something out of it by dumping it off to his running back unsuccessfully.
After an incomplete pass on second down, that'll leave him trying to convert on 3rd and 9. And they'll send the tight end in motion left. Now Jones. And that is incomplete.
Now that's a good bounce back after giving up a touchdown on the opening drive. Just 1 first down permitted and then out. Obviously no loss of confidence with that defense, and now they get to turn it back to their offense.
On is the punter Scott here as he gets this one away. And good hustle here as this is going to be blown dead right at the 9-yard line.
I absolutely love the flexibility of these punters. Their leg drive, able to get it way up in the air, and that allows their punt team to get down there and down it inside the 10 because they've had some time.
The Broncos onto the field ready to start their next drive. Now a quick slant as the throw's complete. Call it a gain of 6 on the play, and that's going to bring up second down.
Now that's staying ahead of the chains. Really good pickup on first down, hitting the tight end there. Now brings up a second and manageable.
Just found a hole in that zone. On second down, it's Walker. 2 yards on the carry there, and it's going to lead him to 3rd down.
That's all about doing the dirty work right there defensively. Second and short yardage, that's all about plugging those gaps, not giving a running back a crease to run through. And that's a nice job to hold just a couple of 1st and 3rd down.
They'll try for the first with Walker, and that'll hurt the average a bit as this time they're able to get him behind the line. This defense not budging. Back-to-back carries of just 2 yards. Jack Fox out to punt here on 4th down. And this is away. It's a high kick, and he got all of it. With it is Brown. 62 yards on the punt that time. Wow. And it'll be Titan football. Tennessee offense about set and ready to go. Over on the sideline, hoping to hit that reset button between possessions. Last time out, they had to punt it away. This time, hoping to finish this thing off in the end zone. Micah Parsons, the linebacker, in on the tackle.
Not a huge carry there on first down, but not all of them will be. But still, all in all, a positive play for the offense. It's all about picking up at least a few to set up what you're going to do here on second down.
On 2nd and 7, Jones. Flush to his, and he's going to have to eat this one as down he goes. Myles Garrett, he's the one to get him, and that is sack number 7 for him on the year. Through 1 quarter, 14-7 our score. Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. And he takes a shot on the release as this will be incomplete.
I'll tell you what, these last couple of drives, much better from a defensive perspective. They gave up a touchdown on the opening drive, and then after forcing a punt on their last possession, it looks like they're going to get the football back again.
Taken in at the 22. That'll be put in the books as a 53-yard punt. And the Broncos take over, 1st down and 10. The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive. And thus far, the weather has not slowed this offense down one bit. They've looked good so far in the first half.
They certainly have. And think back to our meeting with the head coach. And we asked him because we saw the forecast for this game, didn't we? We said, hey, have you prepared for this? And he talked about the different drills that they've done in adverse conditions, the wet ball drills, things of that nature. He said, I don't think it's going to slow us down much. We tend to handle it pretty well, and he's been right.
So after the incompletion on first, now 2nd and 10. Up the middle, here's Walker. And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line. 2 yards the loss, and now 3rd and 12. We'll see what they have drawn up here. A little bit behind the line. 12 yards needed to gain a first down. And nowhere to run for Willis. He goes down. The sack by Harold Landry, the former Boston College Eagle. Here's Jack Fox on to punt. Now Brown. And he'll take this across the 25 before going out of bounds. A nice return there of 11 to help mitigate a good punt. And it will be 1st and 10 as they take over. The Titans offense set to begin the drive. These guys definitely hoping for a better showing than their last appearance. They couldn't really even move the football much beyond the shadows of their own goalpost, Charles. We'll see if they can get a better, more sustained drive going here.
Yeah, and every team that we ever talk to says the exact same thing. When you start a drive from that deep in your own territory, the goal is a minimum of at least 2 first downs, because even if you have to punt then, you change the field position, right? You flip the field a little bit. They didn't get that done. This time they want to string together a nice drive and help themselves out.
After the sack, it's 2nd and 19, and the road gets a bit tougher from here. A first throw for the backup, Wilson. He's going to fire one deep, middle of the field. He's got him in, complete. And he's going to be taken down at about the 33. The defense, they weren't fooled on that post route. They just couldn't make the play.
And the offense definitely tried to fool them, because you saw the other route combinations, didn't you? Anything that they were running trying to draw attention away from the deep part of the field, but still had it covered, yet they were able to come up with a nice play.
Now a 1st and 10 at the 11. Wilson steps away. It won't be a sack, but it's no gain, and it brings up 2nd down.
Well, I can spin this negatively as he just got back to the line of scrimmage. But when you really analyze it, he took away a big play for the defense, made it an uneventful run because he avoided a sack and didn't lose yardage.
Throwing again on 2nd down. Wilson escaping the pressure right toward the end zone, but that's going to wind up incomplete.
That was an interesting look there, because as soon as he got outside the pocket, I thought he was going to take off and run for yardage. But what often happens now with these quarterbacks who can move, defenses want to try and keep bodies in front of them, and I think that discouraged him from taking off.
And it's a Titans touchdown. Marquez Valdez-Scantling from 10 yards out. And the Titans are an extra point away now from tying this ball game. Extra point now being given by Bullock. We are tied at 14. This one tied at 14 now as he sends this one away. This one taken just inside the 10. And he'll be out of bounds across the 25. The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive. As we eat closer and closer to intermission, Charles, remember last time out they punted. They would love to get points here, especially if this is... There he goes, left side! And all the way home for a Broncos score. CeeDee Lamb, 74 yards. And the Broncos are able to strike quickly here as they are in for 6. Extra point by McPherson, up and good. And the lead is now 21-14. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. Taken at the goal line. And tackled at the 21-yard line, so a net negative there of 4 yards. Tennessee offense about set and ready to go. And they'll be looking to build off of a nice drive last time, a drive that really relied on the quarterback.
Making good decisions, distributing the ball well.
He's got a man, complete. And he's brought down here just outside of the 20. Every defensive staff harps on limiting explosive plays. Job not so well done there.
Yeah, they talk about it all the time. A lot harder to stop, though, isn't it? And when you think of an explosive play, most offensive staffs define them as passes of 20 or more yards and runs of 15 or more yards.
They went zooming past that number there. On 1st and 10, it's Wilson. Into a double team, and it's intercepted. Daxton Hill picks it off, and the Broncos will take over here at their own 12-yard line.
Okay, partner, no surprise to you. I'm going to look at this from the defensive perspective. In the rain, you have to be more cautious trying to cover passing routes. Why? The offense knows where they're going with the football. The receiver knows the route he's going to run. You have to make sure you keep your footing underneath you.
A running play here on 1st down is going to go nowhere as he is tackled behind the line of scrimmage.
Well, that was one of the few times they've been able to contain him thus far. He's over 100 yards for the game, but he lost a bit off his total on that carry.
A 3-yard loss to start the drive. They'll look to make that up and then some on 2nd and 13.
A quick throw knocked away. It's incomplete.
Quarterbacks work all the time on manipulating the defense with their eyes and their head movement. In this case, he just stared the receiver down. That allowed for excellent coverage, able to knock that one away.
Here's Willis on 3rd and long.
Got his man complete over the middle. It's Walker. He's got room past the 30. And they're going to get this beyond the 40 before he's taken down. 1:55 left to go in the first half of play. Just like that, out of danger and up past the 40 now for 1st and 10.
Willis will look to throw on 1st down. He'll find Lamb crossing the formation for the catch. And they'll get this down to around the 47-yard line.
Good strong throw and catch right there. And so far in this game, the alleys have been open for them to get completions, and they're taking advantage of it.
Another one to CeeDee Lamb. He's got it. And he's going to be taken down at about the 33.
If you're going to blitz, likely going to leave you in man coverage with this guy, and that is less than ideal.
It is, because just about any offense that has an elite receiver, if you blitz and have him in man coverage, you're going to him, even if he has an elite defender on him, because he usually knows where the ball is before the defender does.
And he's brought down inside the 20 at the 18-yard line.
He's been the forgotten man in this first half. Not a guy you want to forget. Not only his first catch, first time they've targeted him.
That doesn't make any sense, does it? Because those are the types of plays that he provides. When he does come alive, when they do look his way, not only is it a big catch, it's a 1st down.
So maybe just a momentary setback on what's been a great drive so far, but 2nd and 13 here.
To throw, here's Willis.
Flushed out right.
And he's going to be brought down at about the 16.
Out of the huddle now for play number 9 on this drive. This is 3rd down and 8. And they're going to lose some on this play. Being knocked back to the 18. Now the Broncos going to use the 2nd of their timeouts, as the clock will stop with 20 seconds to go in the first half.
McPherson's kick is good. So he's been automatic to this point of the season, and he connects on the field goal there.
And what a luxury it is to have a kicker you can depend upon, partner, because he hasn't missed all year long. Converts on that one as well. And kudos to you. You didn't jinx it.
Oh, a good return up past the 30. Past midfield. And it'll be a terrific return here as he gets it down all the way inside the 30.
But when the highlight is shown of this play, all attention is going to be on the person running with the football. But how about the group as a whole? Setting up that big-time return, yardage that we won't even account for in the box score, may help them win the game.
Letting one go deep for the end zone. And this one is incomplete.
Early early on, the running game's been working well, and the offensive line has been pleased by that. The thought process there, catch those safeties creeping up, trying to help against the running game. They tried to hit them over the top, unsuccessfully.
Bullock's kick is good, and that will do it for this first half. So we come upon halftime with the visiting Broncos taking the lead in the locker room. As we'll send you down to Orlando, and we check in with Jonathan Coachman for our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach, and we welcome you back live now inside the booth alongside Charles Davis. I'm Brandon Gaudin, set and ready to rock for the third quarter. Forecast calling for more of the same. The rain set to continue as we are underway in the second half. Taking it about the 1. And he's up across the 25 and the Titans offense set to begin the drive. Well, Charles, we saw a pretty entertaining first half, close ball game. Remember there toward the end of the second quarter, the opposition scored to take the lead. Now we'll see if these guys can get a score of their own to regain that lead.
Yeah, they want to have that type of a response, don't they? Because they want to find a way to take control of this ball game one more time. Gauntlet's been thrown down. They want to see if they're ready to answer it.
Off the play fake, here's Wilson. And he'll be hit as he releases it, and that'll fall incomplete.
Partner, what we're seeing so far is the defense is certainly coordinated. Both levels doing their jobs in tandem. The back helping the front helping the back. The pressure got home on that last play and forced him to try and throw through contact and short of the sticks.
Oh, he tries to force it in, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Pat Surtain. And the Broncos are going to take possession of the football.
Tough one there. First drive of the third quarter, throw an interception, and now a chance that they could be an even a bigger hole if they can convert this into points.
Yeah, but how good do you feel if you're that defensive coordinator right now? Because you just know that the head coach looked at him and said, turn him loose, big man. And he'd be able to take a few extra chances playing with this type of a lead, and boy, it paid off.
The last run got a couple. Here's 2nd and 8.
Sticking with Walker on 2nd down.
Oh, he's got, and now off to the races down the right side. And all the way home for a Broncos score.
Ken Walker
with his 3rd touchdown of the ball game, number 12 on the season.
And the Broncos are able to strike quickly to add on to their lead. Extra point by McPherson, up and good. And the lead now up to 14.
The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away.
From a yard or two deep, here comes a return. And he'll be stopped right around where he would have been had he gone down to a knee, maybe a yard shy of there at the 24.
Tennessee offense about set and ready to go.
So now, Charles, this drive maybe a touch more important, trying to erase the memory of that interception they had the last time out.
Yeah, and everyone goes through this because even the best in the game, you're going to have games where it just doesn't go right for you and interceptions result. So, frankly, to me, it's all about how you respond, not just the types of plays that you call, but how you carry yourself, how you show your team that you're still with it, and how you continue to lead.
The They try to throw on second down, but this one is incomplete.
And this drive is almost over before it began thanks to a great defensive effort. Sack on first down, followed by an incompletion. One more good rep, and they get off the field.
This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on third down.
Hey, zero.
Play action. Now Wilson. He finds his man, complete. That's Watkins.
And he will have a Titans first down as they're able to get the third down conversion.
So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. Now it's Wilson. Oh, hit as he throws there, incomplete. So another incompletion there. He's hitting on fewer than half his pass attempts in this one, and that is not a winning formula.
Yeah, so let's make sure we give a little bit of credit to the defense here. They've given him a lot to think about, a lot of different looks, and he seems a little bit confused trying to complete passes.
Off the option, here's Henry.
And he'll be brought down just shy of the 45.
63 yards on the ground for him so far.
And there we saw one of the downsides of blitzing during a rundown, because sometimes you get out of your gaps. You don't fit the run quite as well because you're headed towards the ball carrier with abandon.
3rd and 2, now Wilson. He'll be brought down by the Broncos. It's a sack. They'll try and throw for it with Wilson. And it's incomplete. They cannot convert, and they turn it over. A surprising move to go for it. Predictably, at least somewhat predictably, it doesn't pay off. And the Broncos are going to get the football back in great field position. Up the middle they run. It's Walker. And for one of the few times here today, this run's not going to go anywhere. Officially no gain on the play, and it's 2nd down. He's having a big game running the football, but that one will hurt the yards per carry a little bit.
Yeah, but the average he's got so far, that's the type of average he wants to take with him to contract negotiations, doesn't he?
Sticking with Walker on 2nd down.
And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line. It'll go as a loss of a yard, so now they deal with 3rd and 11. Well, the offense has had a big day. He's been great running the football, but I don't think anybody liked that last result.
No, they didn't like the last result at all, but they have to look at it in total, don't they? They've had a big day running the football. You take an occasional loss or an occasional bad play along the way, but all in all, they have to like what they've done.
And he's taken down, but not before reaching the 10-yard line. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal.
That's a letdown defensively because they had them stacked up 3rd and long, and you know their thought process had to be just make the tackle in front of the sticks and force the 3. Instead, they allowed him room to run, and now they're facing 1st and goal, looking to regroup.
Here's Walker.
And he will maneuver his way down to about the 7. Give him 3 on the gain there. 2nd and goal. He's hit pay dirt a lot this year, but not that time.
Yeah, I'm tracking right there with you. You're exactly right. He's found the end zone plenty of times. No way I can find any fault with the call. He may not have scored there, but of course you're going to give it to him.
Again, Walker.
And this time they were waiting for him as he'll be knocked down before he can get back to the line of scrimmage.
Big play coming here. It's 3rd and goal. Willis on 3rd and goal.
Looking left side, and he's got a man. That's Walker. And he's able to get it down to the 2-yard line. A gain of 5, but not enough. Leads to a 4th and goal.
No, there certainly was a lot going on that play. Every option in the end zone covered. No place to go with the ball. Had to swing it out to the back. A good job running and getting him tackled in the open field.
And he'll wind up being knocked back to the 3-yard line. He had 3 touchdowns already, but won't get a 4th here. And the Titans defense will celebrate the goal line stand. They'll try and get the run game going. This is Henry. And from the 4, they get it to the 8 on a pickup of 4.
And that's frustrating for a defense because they've got them pinned down deep. And on the first play, they gave up a run that keeps an offense on schedule.
Yeah, because 3 to 4 yards, that's all you're looking for right there, right?
That's absolutely perfect, really, as a play call. You get 3 to 4 yards on 1st down. That's what they talk about us all the time, about being ahead of the chains or on target, ahead of schedule. They were after that run. He had to fight for every yard on that run. Shook himself free of a tackle and kept fighting, even with the rest of the defense closing in on it. That's the kind of effort you'll take every single time.
And he's dropped just shy of the 25 at the 24. A solid run by Derrick Henry, and here's another 1st and 10. Now they'll throw it with Wilson. Incomplete.
That certainly appeared to be a play call where they were just trying to make 2nd down, 2nd and short. I think they thought the coverage was off a little bit more than it was. Nice job there pressing up on it and forcing the incompletion.
2nd and 10 now, Wilson.
He'll let one go deep for Howard.
Oh, this is taken in. It's complete. And he will finally be taken down, but how about that play? It's a big one on the final act of the 3rd quarter. Back now in Nashville. It's Titan football here as they trail to begin the 4th quarter. So signs of life in what's been a dormant offense in this 2nd half. Here's 1st and 10. Here's Wilson.
And this is incomplete. Oh, he had 6 points right in his hands, but could not hang on.
After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10. Here's Wilson. They'll wind up losing a full 10 yards on the play. And they're going to face an uphill battle here on 3rd and long. Now Wilson. And the Broncos get there and take him down.
Micah Parsons
getting him once again his 3rd sack of the afternoon.
Well, collectively as a defense, Charles, I think if you get 4 sacks a game, you're feeling really good. Now they have 6 as a unit.
And that type of a number, it's just staggering because there's so many ways to try and counteract it. But in this case, they've got no answers for this unrelenting pressure coming at their quarterback.
Going deep here for Watkins. And it's incomplete. They cannot convert, and they turn it over. The Titans try it, but ultimately they fail on 4th down. And the Broncos will take over on downs.
They'll run with Walker to begin the drive.
They're going to snuff this play out behind the line. We have not seen that much today. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12.
2nd down throw coming by Willis.
And his throw is incomplete. They don't get the hook up there, but you really have to marvel at how precise he's been throwing the football these last couple of weeks.
Oh, that's the perfect word for it, precise, because if you're at 70% or better 2 weeks in a row, you have a job as long as you want one in this league, won't you?
And nowhere to run for Willis. He goes down. Multiple defenders there to drop him for a loss of 4.
The Broncos send out their punter now as the drive goes backwards, so he's on to punt it away. And he gets it away, and it's a laser headed for the sidelines. Out of bounds as he appeared to be looking for the corner. He got it. They're going to mark this at the 4-yard line.
That is how you flip field position. That's an absolute bomb of a punt. Downs it inside the 5-yard line. Absolutely ideal.
From that position, you're hoping to get it down inside the 15, inside the 5. Superb.
He'll let one go deep for Howard.
They've got his man complete.
And they'll get him down on the other side of midfield.
So the line of scrimmage moves all the way across the 50 now as they come up 1st and 10. And he can't find anywhere to go with it, and he goes down. Myles Garrett able to disrupt yet another pass play. That is his 3rd sack of the afternoon. Don't need it all back at once, but you figure they're going to need something here. 17 yards to go on 2nd down. Another try after the 1st down sack. Wilson. It's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect.
I know conventional wisdom says, hey, don't get it all back in one play. But sometimes you go ahead and try to. They tried to get it all back on that one. Weren't able to do so.
The Titans on third down. They've converted 3 times in 8 chances. This is 3rd and 17. Throwing Jones. He's going to look deep for Watkins. And he's got it inside the 10. They're able to convert on third down, and that sets up a 1st and goal. Now hold everything here. We're going to get a timeout by the offense. It's just their first. They'll be down to 2 remaining as we step aside here in the 4th quarter. In motion left is Watkins. Now it's Wilson. Got a man, and it's taken in for a Titans touchdown. Marquez Valdez-Scantling. 2 catches, 2 touchdowns here so far.
And the Titans have made it a 1-score game again. Here in the 4th.
Really good on the extra point. And now things get a bit more interesting here in this 4th quarter.
Okay, ready?
The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive. Their lead back down to 1 score after the touchdown a moment ago. First down's a must on this drive as they start out here 1st and 10. Caleb Farley there on the tackle.
Now the objective there, I mean, yes, the positive gain, that's nice, but work some clock.
Yeah, you're exactly right, but the problem for them is still within a possession, so they can't just sit on it running the ball. They'll have to find a way to throw it effectively as well.
Sticking with Walker on 2nd down.
5 yards on 1st down, but now just a 1-yard pickup there on 2nd. This defense starting to buckle down when they need to, and right now they're winning this 4th quarter, losing the game, but they're winning in the 4th quarter.
And what a fine line it is about what they're trying to get done, because they're down, so they obviously need the football, need a score, but they can't be so aggressive.
Touchdown!
Kenneth Walker.
49 yards.
And the Broncos are closing in on a 3rd straight win as they widen the gap further here in the 4th quarter. Extra point by McPherson, up and good.
And the lead now up to 14. The Broncos kickoff unit out there to kick this one away.
From deep in the end zone, he's going to bring this out. And he's probably realizing he should have stayed in the end zone as he can only muster a return to the 14-yard line.
In this position, trying to get back into the game, teams are looking for a spark from their special teams. That's not what they got, though. They got a setback, and they have a long field to cover if they want to try and put points on the board.
Going deep here for Watkins. And this will be caught at the 30.
And he's going to get this down near the 25.
So the Titans in possession of the football here as we get you reset. They've got a 1st and 10 as they search for a late score. Play action. It's Wilson. And that's going to be too high, out of bounds and incomplete.
When you're leading in the final quarter, your radar has to be up for any potential deep shots. And probably not the last one they're going to see in this game, not as long as they hold this lead.
A quick throw, but incomplete.
Back-to-back incompletions, but we know this is definitely 4-down territory. Time not on their side. I don't think they want to try and get the 1st down in 2 installments. I think they got to go and get it right here, right now.
So now 3rd and 10, a big play to start the drive, but nothing since. Here's Wilson to throw. And too much juice. It'll be out of bounds, incomplete.
That means it's just one last chance left, and this has to be a 1st down or a touchdown, or this game's over.
Hey, 0-0-0. Got it. Hey, alert.
Here we go. It's Wilson on 4th down. And this is intercepted, and that should do it.
Picked off by Pat Surtain. With the points that we've seen scored, neither defense has been at their best, but these guys, they've been a little bit better, Charles, and a nice interception there.
Yeah, you're right about that, Brandon. Let's face it. It's not always how you start, it's how you finish, right? So maybe you have a rough game all the way along, but if you make a big play like that at the right time, it can make everything turn out just okay.
Give him 3 on 1st down. It'll set up a 2nd and 7.
And Willis keeping it himself on the option.
No, bottled up. Fumble. It's out. It's loose. And hold everything here. This one is not over yet. They return it for the touchdown.
They continue to fight, don't they?
Extra point up and good bad ball. And now things get a bit more interesting here in this 4th quarter. So a 7-point game, they'll need a recovery, the touchdown, and an extra point to tie. And they've got it. They recovered it. But hang on now, though. There's a penalty flag down. A big mistake in that spot. You got to let it go, Tim.
They didn't give themselves a chance. They had an opportunity, touched it first. Now they're in a really bad spot.
Out of the gun, Walker with it. And the result here, a pickup of 8. Leaves him with 2 to go on 2nd down.
I have to chuckle to myself a little bit, Brandon, because right now, I could be in that huddle with that offensive line, and I know exactly what they're saying. If you call a pass play here, we're going to call timeout. Run the football. We've got control of this thing. Get in behind us and let's go.
Their time to shine.
And a good push up front, and he's able to navigate his way down inside the 30. 173 yards rushing for him here as he starts to close in now on 1,200 yards for the season. Again, it's Walker.
Stopped at the 24-yard line after a gain of 5. I guess the simple question, why not just take a knee there?
I don't understand either why you would take any sort of a chance. We've seen it happen in the game of football. Doesn't matter whether you've watched high school, college, or the NFL. Some people get a little greedy, try to get that extra running play in, and it can backfire on them.
Ready.
The win for the Broncos, seemingly assured. They go down to a knee.
Yeah, it's fun to kneel down in front of your home crowd, but when you go on the road, that band of brothers attitude, right, just us against the world, and get it done, how happy are they?
I remember a coach at a previous stop telling me, you get a win on the road, doesn't matter the opponent, get out of there like you stole something. And they did in this one.
What a finish in this one, Charles. You know, this group, they come in, they have to fight